Welcome, Scorpio and Scorpio cross watchers, to your Valentine's Day love reading. So I hope you guys have had a great weekend and that you have some nice plans for Valentine's Day. So we're going to get a card for you, a card for your person, and then a card for where you guys are and where you're headed over Valentine's Day. So Scorpio. Sorry. So we have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. It's an interesting energy here. So Scorpio, I feel like somebody isn't going to be entirely honest with you about something. It's almost like, may not be the actual situation, but the energetics of it, it's almost like there's somebody here that you get involved with, or you're already involved with, and I feel like they lie to you about something. And I feel like that lie comes out over Valentine's Day. I feel like maybe this person, I'm going to be straight with you, I feel like they didn't leave their ex in the past. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they might either still be involved with that person or they started talking to them again. There's something here that is not right, and it's unfortunate because I feel like you guys may have been on the right path for a while, and I'm here I am, the bearer of bad news over frickin' Valentine's Day. But that's, I guess that's the message that has to come through, right? So just trying to decide which deck we're going to use to do some clarifiers. So what's going on with Scorpio over here? Scorpio, I feel like you fell for somebody here. And it's not a like, oh, you went against your better judgment and all that sort of stuff. Because we all do that sometimes, but I don't feel like you did that here. I feel like you kind of listened to yourself, you followed your heart, but you took your mind with you, you know? And I don't really understand. I feel like you were very sweet, you were very kind, very loving to this person. It's almost the energy of like you treated this person really well, and now they're like talking with some, really like almost like some D-bag from the past is kind of what I'm feeling. You know what I mean? Like somebody that treated them like garbage, this person's starting to talk to them again, even though they have you who treats them really well. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Hold on for a second. It's almost like this might sound strange, and I'm not saying this to be unkind to this person, okay? I feel like your person isn't done getting treated poorly. I feel like they're, sometimes when people are in bad situations and it's like they haven't quite taken enough from whoever's treating them poorly to leave for good. I feel like that's where your person is. It's like they're not quite ready to grow up. They're not quite ready for the caliber of relationship that you're offering them here. And maybe they were when they met you, but it's like this other person shows up. This one, it's like they just kind of like can't see straight. It's almost like normally they're looking through the world, through, glass. They can see things really clearly. And it's like this ex kind of comes back into the picture, and it's like they're looking through a kaleidoscope. And they can't make heads or like they don't know what the hell's going on. It's almost like they're blinded. And I'm sure that's not going to feel very good for you. I feel like your heart goes out to this person to a certain extent, right? But it's like you're not going to spend time saving someone that doesn't want to be saved. Can we get some clarifiers on this Empress, where they are now? What changes? Okay, Scorpio, I'm going to explain something to you. You may already know this if you've ever been in an abusive relationship, okay? Sometimes when people have been in abusive relationships for a long time, or they've been, or, maybe they've been in relationships where they weren't loved properly. Like people were cruel to them, or maybe got even, God forbid, they got physical with them. And it's like your person learned that when somebody loves you, it's supposed to hurt. Because it's not hurting when you love them. But it does with this other one. It's like maybe they're, even though I feel like they're being pulled, like, no, this is what it is. It's like because the messages that they received so repeatedly, not from you, but from other important people in their life, that love is supposed to feel that way. I feel like because they didn't feel like they had to be defensive, they didn't have to this, they didn't have to that. It's like the relationship between the two of you for them, right? And this is just speaks to their own experience. It's like it wasn't hard enough. And that's actually a heartbreaking thing for me to. Sorry. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. So, okay. Can we get a clarifier for this Ace of Swords for Scorpio? Ace, oh, okay. Clarifier, Ace of Swords reversed. Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles usually talks about holding back, right? So I feel like, this may not be the actual situation for everyone, but I feel like it's going to feel really unfair, because if your person full on goes back with this past person, I feel like you're going to see your person doing all sorts of stuff and making all sorts of accommodations for this other person that treats them badly, that they never would have made for you, or that they hadn't. It's like that they gave you a hard time about, you know what I mean? It's like maybe it's like when people treat this person badly, that's when they treat them really well, because they feel, it's like, that's what makes this person feel safe and secure, is when things aren't safe or secure, And, at the end of the day, of course, it's your decision what you want to do here. If this is resonating and this is the case, this is from what I've learned when it comes to trauma and stuff like that. Hold on for a second. Before I say anything, I'm going to, situations like this, they're very complex, right? There's a lot of moving pieces to them, right? Some advice for Scorpio. Okay. I'm going to give you the advice, and I'm going to say it with the caveat that, Scorpio, you probably already know this, but I'll say it anyway. I'm reading the energy in the cards right now, and it is always, always imperative that when you are making decisions about your life, you're making them trusting your intuition. Not necessarily what feels good, because sometimes the decisions that we make, they don't feel good, but they're the right thing to do. Excuse me. So with that said, and obviously make your decision, like trust your own intuition and your own self over anything that I ever say on the channel, right? This is just here to help you understand things better. And feel more confident in the decisions that you make. I feel like the message here is, if this person wants to walk out of your life, let them. And it's not because you don't love them. It's not because you don't want to care for them. It's not because you don't want different for them. It's because even if you want it, if they don't want it, you can't give it to them. And I feel like maybe not everybody is ready to let go. Maybe whatever the situation is, It may not be a situation where that's necessarily what's appropriate, right? If that's the case, the energy is still the same. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why this person is suffering quite the way that they are and why they're so unable to see what you love about, like what the kind of love that you have for them here. It's almost like this person might get scared when things get really serious or when things get really intense. It's like when they start to really feel loved, they run. Because it's like they'd rather run and walk away from it than stay and lose it. And so I feel like there's a message here that whatever's going on, number one, I'm feeling deja vu. Number one, I feel like what's happening is not, you may be in, a part of the situation, but it's not about you. It's nothing you've done, could have done, or could not do, right? And I also feel like there's a message here that some of you may not be in a place where you want to do this or you're ready to do it, or you may not even, you just might tell me to go F myself, which you're certainly welcome to do. I feel like there's a message here that when you feel the time is right, you might want to start detaching from this person a little bit if you see this is a pattern of behavior for them. And it's not to abandon them. It's not because they're not worth it or anything like that. It's really more if you see the writing on the wall that this person is going to repeat a cycle over and over again, staying deeply involved emotionally and trying to help somebody that doesn't want to be helped. It's that energy of like, you can't bring other people up if they don't want to be up, but they can sure as hell bring you down. So at the end of the day, Scorpio, I'm sorry that you're faced with this decision. If you're not really feeling like it's quite a decision, I'm sorry that this is the situation, that there's so many complications, when really all you want to do is just love someone, right? And not that you just want to love anybody, you know what I mean? But it's like, but really when you're just trying to love somebody, that it's come with all these, ifs, ands, or buts. So I think we're going to pull one card here, and then I will let you guys go. Oh, I'm really glad we pulled that. That's the Six of Swords. Then we have the Empress again here. So the Six of Swords talks about getting out of those choppy waters. And so I feel like there's a message here, Scorpio, that whatever you're going through right now, I almost want to say it won't be as bad as you think. I feel like there's a message here that it's like you may see the writing on the wall and make some certain assumptions about how this is going to go. And I feel like the effect of whatever happens here actually may not quite be what you think it's going to be. For example, it's like if this ex comes back into the picture and you assume your person's going to go running off with the ex, it might not be that. I certainly hope it wouldn't, especially if that's how they treat them. It could be that your person's like, you know what, I got a lot of stuff going on right now. I might need some time. Right? So, I mean, I feel like that's probably the best case scenario if this is really resonating for you. But there is a message here that, like, there's going to be a lot of clarity that you find in this situation. There's going to be a lot of understanding. And I feel like a lot of your person's behaviors that may not have made sense before this happens are going to make a lot of sense. I feel like you're going to see that your person, to a certain extent, is making a lot of decisions out of fear. And it's unfortunate, but it's like, it makes sense that the fear is there. So I think I will leave it there, Scorpio. If this reading resonated, I'm sorry that this is what you and your person are facing right now. Usually I would kind of do the spiel about the channel and stuff, but I don't want to do that right now. I love you very much, Scorpio, and I wish you all the best in the coming days. Much love. Bye.